Hi, welcome back to the Hollywood Initiative. Today we are sitting with the amazing Clay Banks, who is a veteran acting coach and one that I've worked with multiple times, and he's fantastic. So welcome, Clay Banks.
Good to be here.
Thank you for coming. And can you tell us exactly what it is that you do?
What it is? Okay, I'm an on-camera film acting coach and empowerment motivator.
Amazing.
That's basically what I do. I've got 10 years as a corporate Fortune 500 motivator. So I understand the motivational life empowerment principles, and I weave those into my teaching because I believe you're not only developing actors, you're developing people.
Yep.
And the person needs to be strong, needs to be confident, and I do my best to provide tools to teach actors these empowerment life principle skills while they're learning how to work as actors, developing themselves, and ultimately doing work here in film and television.
Awesome. So you're helping them on both sides, acting as well as taking care of themselves and being positive and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. Awesome. I've done his classes and they're amazing. He's honestly, if you ever feel bad about yourself or you just feel like your career is like just not going anywhere, you got to come into his studio because he will pep you right up and you'll walk out the door being like, I can do this. So that's how I used to feel.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Love to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 basic tenet principles. It's developing the body. Health, fitness, and nutrition is huge because it's the vehicle. It's the vehicle you're running in. Soul, basically composed of your mind, how you're thinking, your thought process, how you actually juggle information, which is huge, and attitude. Heart, keeping the heart strong and healthy, making smart choices. Basically, the soul, the human aspect of it, the spirit, being connected to life force, God for most people, having a strong connection so that you get the beam and the light and the electricity in your eyes and you're living with hope and purpose. And then wallet. You got to make money.
Wallet. That's the
So
big
it's
one.
body, soul, spirit, and wallet. That's the key thing right there. You know, it's all great if that, I'm broke. Well, that's no good.
Yeah.
You know, you've got to have that fuel to keep your life empowered as well.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
stop saying I'm broke and start figuring out ways to make that.
Oh, I'm in the process of becoming more prosperous.
Yeah.
So the thought process being activated first person present tense, as opposed to saying, well, I'm not. We don't want to affirm something we don't want. And people will do that. Well, I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not going to smoke anymore. I'm not a smoker. You're just affirming the same thing, as opposed to my lungs breathe healthy. I'm fresh.
Yeah.
I'm activated. I have all that I need. You know, thought process along those
So
lines.
changing those thought processes.
Yeah. It's a remapping of the way that we think.
Amazing. So good. So good. All right, let's get even more deeper into it. So, what differentiates your acting studio to others apart from what we've already spoken about?
Well, how long is this segment? Because I do a whole documentary on my studio, but I'm not going to do that. Look, this is Los Angeles, Hollywood, and there are many, many good studios throughout the city, and some really great coaches that are out there as well. And so when I say what goes on here, I'm not saying anything about it being better. It's just what we do.
Yeah.
And before I explain what we do, I'll tell you why I do it the way that I do it. Being an actor, I had an 18-year acting career. I retired with a pension, fully insured, you know, the real deal. And I was surfing in and out of acting studios. And I'd be sitting in the back. Now, you got to understand, I'm a former Fortune 500 instructor.
Yeah.
You know, I did that. My whole 20s were occupied by that. Derailed. I was just looking for a job to make some money, and I got a sales job. They just kept promoting me. Next thing I know, I'm assistant. I'm assistant to the president, and I'm like, wait, I quit. They're like, what? Why? I'm like, I'm an actor. I'm not supposed to be doing this.
That's awesome.
But you have the best position in the company. I know, but I gave you 10 years.
Now I'm going to follow my dream.
Yeah, exactly. And then I went in, and then I had my acting career for 18 years, and now I've been coaching for 10. So I'm working on 3 careers already.
Yeah.
And the thing is, as an educated student, I'm in these studios and I'm just like, well, what's up with that? And what's up with that? And you didn't even complete that thought. I mean, and it was just like, just like all these things. And of course, there were good coaches along the way, but I just took the culmination of what I was seeing in studios and went, how do I want it? What kind of studio would I want to train in? And I just built what it is that I would want to be in.
Yeah.
We're not fully there. It's always a process. We're evolving all the time.
Yeah.
But so, for example, a safe environment.
Which is really important, especially now with everything that's been happening.
Exactly. A safe environment. And we work so hard administratively to make sure that in each class, every class has an administrator. Now we have 6 classes throughout the week and a workshop, which gives us seven sessions. Every one of them has an administrator that handles all the business of the actor. Then I have a studio manager that handles making sure that the temperature's right, that there's noises aren't coming in, that the equipment's working right. We have a scene manager that makes sure that the scenes are coming in and out, and then a studio assist that just kind of fills in the gaps to make sure everything's going right
Everyone's got their role.
in all the classes, so that when an actor comes in, they're not coming into a romper room, and they're coming into a controlled environment.
Yeah.
A creative tundra of education and impartation of creativity and stimulation to get people to trust that they have this amazing, miraculous energy and force and dynamic inside them, and trusting to allow that to come out.
Yeah.
It's like, falling in love with somebody. Some people can just go, but is that really love? Or other people, they have to take time over time to allow more and more of their soul, more and more of their spirit, more and more of themselves to another person, and that's something that's built over time. We have to do that very quickly with strangers.
Yeah.
So when an actor realizes, wow, they hop into that environment and they go, oh, wow, I feel safe here. Now the actor can start to really explore things that are scary. So I think that's huge.
I agree. And I also love the fact that because you were an actor, for 18 years, was that right?
Well, I think we're always actors.
Yeah.
But working as an actor, yeah. I started in college way back in the day, at the start when I was a teenager. But then I was at the end of the hippie generation, so I caught that, and so I was on the road doing the hippie thing for a while, and then I took the acting hippie thing to California in a van, crossing the country, the whole thing, and came here to do this. Then got derailed and wound up in corporate for 10 years. Then I came back again. So it was kind of that broken up thing. But from 92 on, for 18 years, I worked fully as an artist.
Which I think's that's perfect for what you're doing now, because you actually know what it is that actors want, because you've been there.
Oh yeah.
And as well as having all the positive stuff, as being a life coach and empowering people, having all that together in one is just like, it's incredible.
Well, I'll tell you what was really wild, Nancy, is when I quit my household income in the 80s as a young man. In his 20s, I was making, we had over 6 figures coming into the house. I mean, we were doing good, pretty affluent at the time in that place. And so when I quit and I said, I'm going into acting, that first year, going from that income, I made $9,000 that year. I was depressed. I mean, it was really hard. And I had to kind of take that, because when I was a corporate motivator, we had sales offices all over the world. I was in charge of the United States. And I'd go into these sales offices, and whatever level manager was there, I worked directly for the president of the company. I mean, it's like the goldfish had to stop swimming when I walked in the room. I'm the guy that said, okay, you got to fire them. That's got to go. This has to change. And then I go back and say, hey, your general manager we got problems there. I was that guy. And so to go from there to have to go to the subordinate level of like, casting directors, agents, directors, producers, what's up? And it was like, I had to kind of find myself.
It's a shock to your body.
Well, you can't just walk in like you own the place, I mean, they don't like that. So it was really learning the energies and learning the personalities so that I could find, how do I fit in this new world? And the second year was really, really hard too, because I was making my money doing all kind of odd jobs, So when I came here, I was living in a house with other people. All that stuff went. I let it go. I walked away from it. And it was like, oh, wow, culture shock. And now, okay, I'm doing construction work. I'm going door to door. You know, back then I was a Neiman Marcus fragrance modeler. I'd be the one come here. How's that? You know, you can't actually spray them anymore, but we used to be able to go right up there and spray people. But I was doing, you know, for $50 for 4 hours or whatever. You know, I was doing all these crazy jobs. I had like 19 1099s one year just to try to survive, and just kept working at it, taking classes, studying, doing improv, shooting stuff with cameras, which was really tough back in the early 90s because everybody didn't have a camera. You know, you had to work around all these things, but you just kept doing it, and you kept doing it, and you kept working the craft and working the craft. So when I came to Hollywood, and I think one of the questions you were asking me is like, what's something you would say to an actor of one of the top 3 things or something? You got to burn the boats.
Yeah.
When you come here, you can't come here and go, well, let me see how it works. You've already got your answer.
So just go for it.
You got to come over, burn the boats, get rid of everything in the past, and go forward. It's kind of like a foxtail. I don't know if you know what foxtails are, but I know them because I used to have a golden retriever puppy. And when you take them out and they run through the brush, there are these trees that have foxtails. And foxtails are these little things with jagged little edges on them, and they only go in one direction. Okay. So the foxtail would get in the dog's ear. It's a common thing. And it would burrow and burrow and burrow until it's driving the dog nuts because it's only going into their eardrum and into their head. So the foxtail just kind of goes in one direction. It can't go backwards because it's got these jagged little things, kind of like the little ends of the wheat stalks and stuff, you know, little foxtails. And so if you think about the principle of the foxtail, that it just goes. It goes in one direction. And so that's kind of the principle when you get here. You got to go, okay, I'm here. I'm going in one direction. I'm after my goals and my dreams. And this is where the life empowerment skills come in because I've got an empowerment teaching called Pathways to Empowerment operating in the zone. And I teach that usually at the beginning of every year, but it's an ongoing thing. And in that, you have to have a vision board. You have to have your goals set up properly. You need to know where are you going. And then you start filling in the pieces along the way. So you have a life map. Yeah. And when you have that life map and you're destined for it, oh man, all the forces of hell are going to try to throw you off. And if the plan isn't set, you wind up derailing your whole life. But if you're on plan, you get knocked off. And you're like, okay, you're in the rubble for a little bit, but you know, okay, I'm getting back on again. And you stay on point like that. Awesome. And the actor really should have an attitude like that if they want a chance. I don't think I was the best actor at the time when I hit it here, but I got the career over a lot of my friends, primarily I think because of the tenacity, the intestinal fortitude, all the things that I learned as a motivator and a businessman. Because actors that are watching this, you guys are launching businesses. You're launching your own business. It's iInc. And so just like any app you've seen take off or any store on the corner that's taken off, that's what each actor has to do, is go, okay, I'm a business. I need to launch this. And there are principles that are in place that are taught in like Harvard Business School on how, and so many others, on how businesses are to succeed. So why would those principles not apply in show business? It doesn't make any sense. So when you have those, then I know you guys do. Your team is awesome. These guys are great. You're smart. You're sharp. You're going about it the right way. You can see there's a business plan that's being activated and in place, and as a result, you're succeeding, and you will. And the success is going to be there for you because you guys live somewhat according to these principles. I don't know personally. But that's really what actors, they have to get that mentality, not, oh, I don't want to work, I got nothing else going on, they think I'll become an actor. Get out of the way. I call you clutter. You're just clutter. You're just in the way for the real actors. They got to work through the whole weeds to get to the fruit,
Yeah, it's not easy. It's probably one of the hardest, I guess, career choices. If you think
this?
About it. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, don't do it unless you have to, and then keep thinking about it.
Yeah. Awesome. All right, let's go. That was awesome. Listen to all those points. This is why we love Clay. All right. Besides acting classes, what else should actors be doing?
Oh my gosh, this is the crazy thing. An acting class isn't the end. An acting class is like it's like another room in the house. You just keep moving through it. So acting classes should be a part of your life if you're a serious actor at all times. I'm a student. I go to class. I work at a 65 to 70 hour a week running this studio and doing all the things that I do because I have other companies and stuff. And I train with my coach.
Yeah.
I don't train as an actor because I train to become a better coach. So I found a coach that is older, smarter, sharper, wiser, well, whatever, it's all subjective, but a guy who's definitely accredited and up there and doing it, and I go, wow, every time I get with him, I'm learning something, I'm in class. So if I'm in class, I'm in my third act of life here, okay? You don't stop learning. If you're an actor, you're an artist, it's in you, it's on you, and if you're not connecting to what I'm saying, you gotta recheck what it is you're doing.
Yeah.
This might not be for you, and if you're trying to chase fame, just forget about it. I mean, that's just ridiculous.
That's a big number one no-no.
Oh,
Yeah.
I had this guy come in for a private, right? A multi-hour private, prepping him for a series.
Yeah.
And what you got? And he's on. And he's
There you
shooting.
go.
And it's happening. It's
Congratulations.
all happening right now. So it's like, yeah, he's on set. Okay. So, and it's like the whole beginning of the session, it was like he just got so caught up because the director put it in his head that, you're going to win an Emmy. If you come on this show, you're going to win an Emmy. And he walked in my home office and he drops that on me, and I said, well, we got to handle that right away because this is going to just make you nuts. You can't be thinking. And it was just you got to change that mind thought.
Yeah.
That mindset right there is just it's not effective.
Because that's all they're going to be searching for is that, that fame of people know me. People don't realize to be a successful actor, you need to be a successful actor.
Fame is the byproduct, and what it happens for most people that get there, most of the time they don't even know it. I've been in more Q&As with A-listers that were like, I was told I was up for these awards, but I've just been on set 14, 16 hours a day for the past 8 months. I don't even know what's going on out there. And he literally said, fame is going on out there. You didn't even know about it. Now, what happens a lot of times when you find that out, then everything's going, like I used to play softball on a men's softball team, right? And I just loved the game. And then right before one of the games, the coach comes up and says, Clay, let me tell you your batting average. I mean, you're knocking them out of the park. These are your numbers. And he gives me my numbers, right? I couldn't hit the ball after that.
Okay, that's happened to me too.
Oh gosh, man, it's such a crazy thing. And I do this for a living, and I'm like, I got to get out of this mind thought. It'll mess you up. Yeah. So you can't chase fame. It's the passion that there's an artist inside. I believe there's an artist inside everybody, but you got to dig through a lot of bad potatoes and weird crap. Yeah. And whether you're willing to do the work or not, a true artist will, because the true artist is the human who's here to go through the full life experience, the pain, the hurt, the feelings, the accolades, the joy, everything, so that we can show other people that will never get there what that's like. And so that's the passion of a true artist. So it's seeking that out and searching that out. And you were asking me, you didn't ask me the question yet, but what can an actor do on their own? Well, you might have asked that question. I might have heard it differently, but a book is about ready to come out that I've been working on for years. It's called The Actor's Freeway. Okay. Can I plug it?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, it's not out yet, but who knows when you're seeing this, but look for it. It's called The Actor's Freeway. Free things actors can do when they're not on set and they're not in class to continue to improve as an artist. Okay. That's the title. It's real long, but you get it. And what it is, it's a bunch of exercises that I've accumulated over the years that actors can be doing, and I call them artist adventures, that actors need to go on out. I think you might have heard me talk about it. They have to cut periods of time out of their schedule to go, this is for me to nurture me.
And it's hard. You made me do it in class when you said put aside this, some time. And that's hard. Putting time aside for you to better you as an artist is very hard. But the way you teach it and the way you guide us and help us makes it very easy.
Oh, cool. That's great to hear.
Easy.
And that's the point of the book. It's like, what's the book going to be? $20, whatever the publisher's going to sell it for, whatever. It's nothing, and then that's it. I made this book as a guide for actors, and now you take the book and you go, okay, what do I want to work on? Insecurity. Oh, where's that? Oh, here's my artist adventure for insecurity, and then I lay out how to do it. And that's a whole adventure right there. Then you want to work on character. Oh, here's a whole artist adventure for working on character. So it's a whole series of things that you can do on your own when you're not in class. Now, it doesn't replace class, hands-on training, but it's what you can do on your own if you can't be in a good studio.
Which I think,
or if you're anywhere in the world.
Yeah, which I think is really important, because I guess the problem that we do as actors, once we've come into class, we go back home, we study, we do everything, and we're like, there's nothing different. I think having these exercises is completely different from what you're doing in class, so it's more exciting. And
Nancy, once you get over that hurdle of, okay, I got to leave the phone, I can't, because here's what happens. As soon as you make a commitment to an artist adventure, let's just say you're going to do 4 hours on a Saturday afternoon.
It happened to me.
Okay, so here it is, 2 to 6, that's my artist adventure, because I can do it. Oh, sorry, can I say that?
Yeah,
I got things I'm going to be doing. It's Saturday night, you know? And I got to do my morning stuff, but 2 to 4, okay. And now you go, all right, 2 to 4, I'm making a commitment. This is my artist adventure. Everything's your best friend's gonna call and go, you're not gonna believe it, girl, guess what's happening? You know, I mean, all this stuff's gonna go on, and it's gonna try to bombard that time. So and I talk about it in the book, you have to build up those disciplines, and you go, no, this is nurturing me time. And you gotta think about it along the lines of showering or eating. Like we stop to do these things. We don't always think about it, but you have to stop to do these things, and somehow your life still works. Why, if you're going to take care of your body, you're going to take care of your tummy and your taste and all these things you want to do, why not take care of your soul and your spirit?
Which is awesome.
And also your body, depending on the artist adventure that you do.
Yeah.
Because you could go out surfing, bike riding. Artist adventures can be anything. It's amazing.
As long as you commit to it.
And then you commit to it. And then once you do that, it's like anything else. You get those nutrients in you, those soul nutrients and those spirit nutrients. You see, like for me, I've inverted. I've crossed the tipping point. My life, I live mostly in the zone, healthy, fully functioning, except when you take a hit. Yeah. You know, like a body part decides to break or whatever. But outside of those kind of things, just staying in that empowerment zone and living in it, and then you just kind of fall out. It's like when you're not nurturing yourself like that, something becomes wrong. If I'm not in the gym, which I know a lot of you guys can relate to, if you're not in the gym, now there is an addictive nature to gym rats. I mean, I know that. But there is a thing where you just go, no, I need to get the endorphins up. Yeah. I need to sweat. I want to feel my body, you know, and you got to have that. Yeah. And so now where people go, oh man, I got to go to the gym. You're like, oh, I get to go to the gym. Yeah. You mean I got to get to the gym. I got to get to the gym. You know, it's not just it can be an addiction, but it becomes something you understand. You want to keep that fed. It's like, okay, I need to eat. I need some protein now. I need nutrients in my body. So you're going to, like somebody who's very highly in tune with their body knows. Okay, I need protein right now. I need enzymes right now. You know what your body needs as you learn over time. But this is your vehicle. You need the better you understand how it works, the more performance you're going to get out of it. And so just by being in touch with those things and you nurturing yourself. This is what actors need to be able to do, is realize that this artist needs to be nurtured like a baby, needs to be taken care of and raised. And then you get this creative genius inside you that's, there you are, and now you're not caring, you're an artist. Yeah. It's what you do.
Which is awesome. That's awesome. Can you plug your book again one more time?
Oh, well, that one's called The Actor's Freeway.
Actor's Freeway. Yeah. So it's not out yet?
No, it's being finished as we speak. I have a team working on it, and we're trying to get it out the door before the end of the year.
Or when it's finished, we'll post the link.
Oh, that's cool. It worked well with your audience, actually. Yeah. Free things to do if you can't be around, especially a city like Los Angeles or New York or any major city that has really great training facilities and coaches. Awesome. Then you can continue to be working on your craft.
We'll definitely post that link once it's out.
Oh, cool. Thanks. Appreciate
that.
Awesome.
Well, thank you so much. You've been so informative, and it's intoxicating. So thank you.
Cool. This has been great. Love you guys. This is really terrific.
Yeah, so thank you
Hey,
so
work
much.
with these guys. These guys are great. This team is awesome.
And you get to work with him as well, which
is
like amazing. There
it is.
Amazingness. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to the Hollywood Initiative. I hope you enjoyed our Q&A with Coach Clay Banks. If you want to check out his website, we will post that below. And if you want to meet him and some awesome other creatives and industry professionals, head to the Hollywood Initiative, click apply now, and let's get you over to LA.